Hey there. So, you're looking to learn how to flirt with a girl, but you're not sure where to start? No worries, you're in the right place. Whether you're a complete beginner or just looking to level up your flirting game, this video is packed with tips and techniques that will help you feel more confident and natural when talking to girls. Flirting doesn't have to be complicated or nerve-wracking. It's all about having fun, being playful, and showing genuine interest. So, if you want to stop feeling awkward and start making meaningful connections, stick around. I'm about to show you exactly how to flirt with confidence and get the results you're looking for. Let's dive in. The foundation of flirting begins with the most important aspect, attitude. It's a decision. A decision to move beyond the mundane, beyond the safe, and to embrace playfulness and energy in your conversations. If you don't actively choose to flirt, if you don't decide to let go of the boring, logical exchanges that lead nowhere, no technique, no line, no trick will help you. Flirting isn't about following a script, it's about creating an emotional connection, one that's lighthearted, fun, and man to woman. Picture how children naturally flirt, teasing, playful, full of energy, without needing any formal technique. They just have fun. This is the mindset you need to adopt. Flirting is about stepping into your power and showing that you're someone who's not afraid to play, to push boundaries, and to inject some excitement into the interaction. It's about owning your presence and being comfortable enough to challenge her in a light, teasing way without being overly serious. Compliments are a simple start. They give the conversation a subtle man-to-woman vibe, but don't overdo it. The key is balance. If all you do is shower her with compliments, you risk putting her on a pedestal, undermining your own value. The real magic happens when you balance compliments with playful, teasing remarks. That's where the energy and attraction start to build. Remember, flirtation isn't about being perfect. It's about creating a fun, engaging dynamic where both of you feel alive in the moment. You can't learn this by overthinking or memorizing lines. It's about feeling confident and having the courage to take risks. Laugh at yourself and embrace the back and forth. In essence, flirting is about being genuinely present, enjoying the conversation, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to let the energy flow naturally. Once you've got the foundation of attitude down, everything else falls into place. Flirting isn't just about using specific lines or techniques, it's about the attitude you bring to the conversation. At its core, flirting is a mindset. The decision to have fun, keep things light, and engage in playful interaction. The first thing to understand is the importance of premise. This is anything that's inherently man to woman in nature, something you'd never say to another man. It's the subtle undercurrent that adds sexual tension to the exchange. Teasing, which is often confused with flirting, adds playful challenge. It's a way of giving someone a lighthearted hard time, like friends might do. But the crucial difference is that in flirting, the tease carries that man-to-woman energy. Flirting, then, is the combination of both, a tease mixed with premise. It's playful, yet it communicates clear romantic or sexual interest. But understanding these terms is just the beginning. The way you use these tools matters even more. A compliment can shift a conversation into a man-to-woman dynamic, but be careful not to overdo it. Compliments, when used excessively, can unintentionally elevate the other person, making you appear less valuable. Striking a balance is key, and if you're not yet comfortable with teasing, Adopting a cocky attitude can create the right frame to set the stage for playful banter. It's this shift in mindset from logical and flat to confident and playful that transforms an interaction into something more engaging. Ultimately, flirting is about playful connection, not following a script, but allowing natural, fun energy to guide the conversation. When done right, it doesn't just elevate the interaction, it makes it unforgettable. Compliments are often seen as a simple way to shift a conversation from neutral to flirtatious, but when used correctly, they can become a powerful tool in your flirting arsenal. Offering a compliment, especially when it's unexpected or personal, introduces a subtle man-to-woman dynamic into the conversation, making the interaction feel more exciting and emotionally charged. However, there's a common pitfall to be aware of. If you shower someone with compliments too frequently, you risk elevating them above you, unintentionally placing them on a pedestal. This can disrupt the balance of power in the conversation, making you appear less confident and more passive. This is where the concept of balance comes in. A single compliment can spark attraction, but when paired with a bit of playful teasing, you create a dynamic that keeps things interesting and engaging. Instead of solely focusing on the other person's attractiveness, introduce playful contradictions or light teasing to demonstrate that you're not putting them above you. For example, you might compliment someone's smile, but follow it up with a humorous remark about their choice of clothing or a harmless challenge. This balance of positive and negative is what keeps the conversation fresh, maintaining intrigue without overwhelming the other person with praise. Ultimately, the key is moderation and timing. A well-timed compliment followed by a witty or light-hearted comment allows you to maintain confidence and give value without losing the playful, flirtatious vibe. The most effective flirts are those who can master this balance, where compliments enhance the interaction but don't overwhelm it. So, while compliments are a great start, learning how to balance them with a sense of humor and playfulness will elevate your flirting game, keeping things fun, engaging, and just the right amount of cheeky. Teasing and cockiness are two powerful tools in the art of flirting, and when used correctly, they can transform a conversation from flat and dull to exciting and full of energy. Teasing is all about playfully giving someone a hard time, creating a dynamic of fun and challenge. It's not about being mean-spirited or insulting, but rather about keeping things lighthearted and playful, similar to how close friends or teammates joke around with each other. Cockiness, on the other hand, is about having confidence in yourself, demonstrating that you know your worth, and putting out an attitude of high value. It's about owning the conversation and presenting yourself as someone who doesn't take things too seriously, someone who is not afraid to be bold and a little daring. When you combine these two elements, you create a unique, playful tension that sparks attraction. It's not about trying to win approval, but rather about being unapologetically yourself. Cockiness and teasing push and pull, challenge and entice in ways that make the interaction more engaging. For example, when you present yourself with an attitude of cockiness, you're not seeking validation from the other person. You're creating a frame where the other person has to either accept or challenge your self-assuredness. This creates an emotional dynamic that keeps the conversation interesting. A little cockiness also signals that you have options, that you're a person of value, and you're not overly invested in one particular outcome. The key to making this work is to deliver it in the right spirit, playfully, confidently, but with the understanding that it should always remain fun. If you get too serious or aggressive, it can come across as arrogance or even off-putting. The beauty of teasing is in the subtlety. It should feel natural and spontaneous, not forced. When you can seamlessly blend cockiness with teasing, you build a sense of intrigue and mystery. The teasing creates a challenge, while your cocky attitude makes you seem like someone worth pursuing. The result? A conversation that's charged with energy, filled with playful tension, and brimming with potential. Using pre-made lines can be a powerful tool for beginners when it comes to flirting and improving your conversational game. These lines, often referred to as canned lines, are tried and tested phrases that have been successful in real-life interactions. For someone just starting out, they eliminate the pressure of coming up with something original on the spot, which can be daunting when you're still building confidence. By using pre-made lines, you're freeing yourself from the stress of thinking about what to say next, allowing you to focus on delivery and attitude, two elements that truly make flirting effective. The beauty of these lines is that they act as a safety net, providing you with a framework for success. With a little practice, you'll learn when and how to drop these lines naturally, so they feel authentic rather than scripted. However, relying solely on pre-made lines isn't the ultimate goal. The true power of flirting comes from developing your own style and learning how to tailor your approach to each unique interaction. Once you get comfortable with using these lines, you'll find yourself feeling more confident and creative, and you'll begin to develop your own personal flair. Remember, it's not just about the words you say, but how you say them. Confidence and playfulness in delivery can transform even the most basic line into something impactful. So, while pre-made lines serve as a helpful starting point, the real magic happens when you build on them, turning them into your own authentic expressions that will resonate with your conversational partner. Ultimately, the goal is to be able to flirt and tease organically without relying on any scripts. Pre-made lines are just a stepping stone to get you there. With time and practice, you'll learn how to play with words, inject humor, and create chemistry in a way that feels natural to you. And as you build your confidence, you'll find that the best lines are the ones that come from your own wit and charm, perfectly suited to the moment. To truly excel at flirting, you need to develop your own original teases. The best way to do this is by gaining confidence in yourself and your interactions. Once you've practiced using pre-existing lines and teases, you'll naturally begin to generate your own. This happens when you embrace a high-value mindset, when you believe you are attractive, capable, and worth someone's time. When you're in this mental state, creativity flows because you no longer rely on scripts, but instead engage with the moment. Original teases come from observing small, playful details in the interaction, whether it's a quirky habit, a funny comment, or an exaggerated take on something you've just learned about her. Don't be afraid to playfully twist the narrative and use humor as a tool to form connection. The more relaxed and confident you are in the conversation, the more easily these playful jabs will come to you. Remember, it's all about creating an emotional roller coaster where teasing adds excitement, tension, and charm. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real and embracing fun. Over time, with practice, your teases will reflect your personality and become a natural part of your flirting style. Keep in mind that the goal is not just to impress or entertain, but to foster a connection where both of you feel comfortable, playful, and intrigued. So let go of the fear of messing up and start experimenting with different approaches. Your confidence will grow and your originality will shine. Flirting is often seen as a tricky skill to master, but at its core, it's about attitude rather than complex techniques. Whether you're a complete beginner or someone looking to refine their approach, the key is to decide to flirt. This decision isn't about memorizing lines or trying to be someone you're not, but about embracing a fun, lighthearted conversation where you create a playful dynamic. Flirting, at its best, should feel like a natural dance, something that evolves over time, not forced or robotic. It's about having the confidence to engage in a conversation that's fun and emotionally charged without worrying about being perfect. One of the simplest ways to introduce flirting into your interactions is by adding a playful attitude to your compliments. Instead of simply admiring someone's appearance, you can make your compliments feel more personal and more charged with energy. Think of it as moving the conversation from dull and neutral territory into man-to-woman space. Compliments alone may not be enough, though, as they can inadvertently place the other person on a pedestal, subtly lowering your own value in the conversation. This is where balance comes in. You can offset compliments with a playful attitude, a slight teasing remark, or even a sarcastic comment that keeps the power dynamic in check. Cockiness is another way to elevate the flirting game. Adopting a slightly arrogant attitude isn't about being rude or dismissive. It's about exuding a quiet confidence that subtly communicates value. It encourages a playful back and forth, where you both engage in teasing banter, and it can ignite emotional energy that a straightforward conversation just can't match. This confident energy should be balanced, though. Too much cockiness or arrogance might come off as insincere or off-putting. So it's important to keep it light, fun, and respectful. When done right, it helps create that emotional spark, the kind that makes flirting feel exciting and genuine. Eventually, as you grow more comfortable with flirting, you'll want to refine your technique and start using teasing or flirting lines that feel natural. This might seem intimidating at first, but one effective way to learn is by using canned lines, ready-made phrases that are tried and tested. The idea isn't to sound robotic, but to take away the stress of coming up with something witty on the spot. You can find inspiration from others, whether it's from popular dating advice videos or your own previous interactions. With time, you'll gain the confidence to create your own flirty remarks, making them more suited to your style. Ultimately, flirting is an art, not a science. It's about finding the balance between playfulness and genuine connection. There are many flirting techniques you can use, from complimenting to teasing, using exaggerations, or creating funny scenarios about the future. The most important thing, though, is to embrace the attitude of fun. Without it, even the best flirting lines can fall flat. When you approach flirting with a sense of enjoyment and curiosity, you open up the possibility for more engaging, memorable interactions. And as you practice, these moments will come more naturally, making your flirting feel not only effective, but also an enjoyable. When it comes to flirting, attitude and delivery are everything. You can have the best pickup lines or the most charming compliments, but if you lack the right energy, it's all for nothing. Think of it this way. Flirting is like performing. No matter how brilliant the script, if the actor lacks passion or a playful vibe, the audience won't connect. It's not about memorizing lines, it's about bringing them to life. Confidence is key, but so is the playfulness that makes the interaction light-hearted and enjoyable. If you approach flirting with a serious, robotic tone, it's not just unappealing, it can actually come off as awkward or even creepy. People are naturally drawn to those who are having fun, who exude a sense of ease and confidence. The right attitude makes all the difference. Imagine you're engaging in a conversation where you're not just talking to impress, but you're genuinely enjoying the moment, adding little jokes and playful teases to create a dynamic exchange. That's the energy that keeps the conversation exciting and real. So, before focusing on the words, focus on the attitude. If you're not having fun, the other person won't either. Flirting is about creating a connection, and that connection comes from being present in the moment, delivering lines with a fun, energetic attitude, and letting your personality shine through. Once you get that right, everything else falls into place. Nonverbal behavior plays a pivotal role in flirting, often speaking louder than words ever could. When you make eye contact, for instance, it's not just about looking at someone, it's about conveying interest, attentiveness, and even a spark of curiosity. The trick is to strike a balance. Too intense, and you might come across as intimidating. Too little, and you risk seeming indifferent. A genuine smile can be just as powerful. It radiates warmth and approachability, creating a welcoming vibe that makes the other person feel comfortable and valued. Think about it. When was the last time someone's smile didn't instantly lift your mood? Moreover, good hygiene and a pleasant scent aren't just optional, they are essential. They signal self-respect and effort, which can be incredibly attractive traits. Imagine stepping into a conversation where the person has taken the time to look and smell their best. It's not about vanity, it's about showing that you care enough to make an impression. And don't underestimate the subtle power of body language, leaning in slightly, angling your body toward the person, or even mirroring their gestures can build a sense of connection and trust. Flirting isn't just a verbal game, it's a dance of expressions, movements, and energy. By mastering these nonverbal cues, you're not just flirting, you're creating a magnetic moment of shared attention and intrigue. When it comes to flirting, the way you present yourself plays a significant role in how you're perceived. Two essential traits to focus on are intelligence and a gentle approach, as they can significantly elevate your interactions and make them more meaningful. Let's break this down. First, intelligence is an undeniably attractive quality. Engaging in a witty exchange or sharing interesting insights during a conversation can create a lasting impression. Imagine making your crush laugh with a clever joke or discussing a topic you're passionate about. This not only showcases your intellect, but also highlights your personality. Being informed on a variety of subjects, even at a basic level, can make conversations smoother and more enjoyable. For example, if you know your crush loves art, why not bring up a famous piece or a trending exhibit? It shows effort, interest, and thoughtfulness. However, intelligence isn't about being overly serious or trying to outsmart someone. The goal is to create a natural, engaging dynamic that draws them in rather than overwhelms them. Equally important is adopting a gentle approach. In a world where boldness and brashness are often mistaken for confidence, a touch of gentleness can be a breath of fresh air. Being respectful while flirting is essential. It shows emotional maturity and a strong sense of self. No one enjoys feeling pressured or uncomfortable, and an overly aggressive approach can quickly derail a potentially great connection. Instead, focus on being attentive and considerate. For instance, if your crush seems hesitant or shy, acknowledge that and adjust your pace. Flirting isn't about pushing boundaries, but about exploring mutual interest in a fun and light-hearted way. A gentle approach also communicates emotional intelligence, which is just as important as intellectual intelligence. It shows that you're aware of your crush's comfort level and willing to adapt. People are drawn to those who make them feel seen and valued, so don't underestimate the power of listening actively and responding with genuine care. Blending intelligence with a gentle demeanor creates a powerful combination. It positions you as someone who is not only intriguing, but also approachable and kind. And remember, flirting isn't just about impressing the other person. It's about building a connection that feels exciting and authentic for both parties. So bring your sharp mind and soft heart to the table and watch how these traits transform your flirting game. When it comes to flirting, a cheerful demeanor can be a game changer. People are naturally drawn to those who exude positivity and warmth because these qualities create a sense of comfort and joy. Imagine approaching someone with a frown or appearing disinterested. Chances are the interaction will feel awkward or forced. However, when you bring a smile, a lighthearted laugh, or an enthusiastic energy into your flirting, you make the experience enjoyable, not just for them, but for yourself. Cheerfulness is infectious. It sets the tone for a meaningful connection and helps ease the tension that often comes with flirting. Remember, nobody wants to feel like they're an obligation or just another task on your to-do list. Show them you're genuinely happy to spend time with them. This positive attitude doesn't mean you need to act overly bubbly or fake enthusiasm. Authenticity is key. Find joy in the little things, such as sharing a funny story or playfully teasing your crush about a shared joke. By doing so, you'll naturally project an air of confidence and approachability, two qualities that make you irresistible. For example, if you're talking about a mutual interest like movies, express excitement. "Oh, you love action movies too? What's your favorite? I need recommendations because I'm running out of good ones to watch." A cheerful tone like this makes the conversation feel alive and engaging. Cheerfulness also lays the foundation for introducing romantic intention. Flirting is, after all, about sparking a deeper connection. While humor and fun can break the ice, romantic gestures subtly signal your interest in more than just friendship. This doesn't mean going overboard or making things awkward. It's about striking a balance between playful and heartfelt. A gentle compliment, like "you have such a warm smile, it's contagious," or a sincere gaze into their eyes while they're talking can work wonders. These small actions plant the seed of romance while keeping the atmosphere light and fun. Romantic intention is crucial because it shows you're not just in it for casual banter. You're looking to connect on a deeper level. Think about the difference between a friend who makes you laugh and someone whose humor feels laced with a hint of admiration and curiosity. The latter is what flirting is all about. Small gestures like a light touch on the arm when laughing, or leaning in slightly when they're speaking, create an intimate energy that sets you apart. It's these subtle moments that make someone think, "This person sees me differently, and I like it." Incorporating both cheerfulness and romance into your flirting creates an irresistible combination. It's like blending sunshine with a touch of stardust. Your positivity brightens their day, while your romantic gestures leave them dreaming about what's to come. If you strike the right balance, your crush will not only enjoy spending time with you, but also begin to see you as someone special, someone worth exploring a deeper connection with. So, next time you're flirting, bring the joy, sprinkle in a bit of romance, and watch as the magic unfolds. Flirting often requires stepping out of your comfort zone, and courage is the spark that ignites the interaction. It's natural to feel nervous about approaching someone you admire, but confidence can be your best ally. Think of courage as the foundation of your effort. Without it, even the best pickup lines or witty jokes might falter. Instead of overthinking the outcome, focus on being authentic and embracing the moment. Humor can also be a powerful tool. A light-hearted joke not only showcases your personality, but also eases any tension, paving the way for genuine connection. Courage isn't about being fearless, but about acting despite the butterflies. After all, those who dare are often rewarded with meaningful connections. Finding common ground is equally vital in flirting, as it transforms small talk into an engaging conversation. Shared interests, values, or hobbies act as a bridge between two people, fostering trust and rapport. For example, asking someone about their favorite books, movies, or travel destinations not only shows genuine curiosity, but also helps you discover overlapping passions. Once you've identified these mutual interests, use them to fuel the interaction. A playful debate about your favorite sports teams or sharing tips on a hobby you both enjoy can keep the conversation dynamic and enjoyable. Remember, the goal of finding common ground isn't just to impress, but to create a natural flow of communication that feels comfortable and relatable for both of you. Finally, while appearances might not define your personality, they certainly make the first impression count. Think of your appearance as a visual introduction to who you are. Taking care of yourself, wearing clothes that make you feel confident, maintaining good hygiene, and selecting a scent that complements your personality can subtly communicate respect for yourself and the person you're trying to connect with. But looking good isn't just about following trends or being conventionally attractive. It's about expressing your individuality. Whether it's a bold accessory that sparks curiosity or a classic outfit that reflects timeless style, let your appearance convey the best version of you. This effort not only boosts your confidence, but also signals that you value the interaction enough to put thought into your presentation. When combined, courage, common ground, and appearance create a powerful trifecta for successful flirting. They encourage you to step up, engage meaningfully, and leave a lasting impression. So, the next time you're gearing up to approach someone, take a deep breath, muster your courage, and trust in your ability to connect authentically. With these elements in place, you'll be well on your way to creating a memorable and exciting connection. Flirting is an art, and one of its most intriguing elements is the allure of mystery. Leaving a little to the imagination can create an irresistible pull, making your crush eager to learn more about you. Think of mystery as the spice that keeps interactions exciting. When you reveal everything about yourself up front, you might inadvertently diminish the curiosity that makes flirting fun and engaging. Instead, allow your crush to unravel your story piece by piece. For example, if they ask about a hobby you're passionate about, share enough to pique their interest, but save some details for future conversations. This not only keeps the dynamic alive, but also makes each interaction feel fresh and rewarding. However, mystery doesn't mean withholding important information or playing hard to get. It's about balancing openness with a sense of depth. When you reveal too little, you risk coming across as disinterested or aloof, which can deter genuine connections. The key lies in being honest and approachable while leaving room for discovery. For instance, when sharing a past experience, focus on the highlights and let them ask follow-up questions. Their curiosity signals engagement, and your thoughtful responses help build rapport. Another benefit of maintaining a mysterious allure is that it conveys confidence. You don't need to lay all your cards on the table because you trust your own worth. This quiet assurance is incredibly attractive, as it suggests you're comfortable in your own skin and have a rich inner world to share over time. Being mysterious also signals that you're multidimensional, someone with layers waiting to be explored, a quality many find intriguing and irresistible. To make the most of this approach, embrace the power of subtlety. Instead of oversharing your weekend plans, mention one interesting highlight and leave the rest to their imagination. Share a unique perspective during a conversation, but avoid diving into every detail of your thought process. This encourages your crush to lean in and engage more actively, deepening their interest in you. At the same time, mystery can be woven into your body language and actions. A lingering glance or a gentle pause before responding to a question can create an air of intrigue. Even your choice of words matters. Phrases like, "There's a funny story behind that," or "I'll tell you more later," can leave them eager for future interactions. This strategy ensures you remain memorable and keeps the excitement alive. Ultimately, maintaining a mysterious allure isn't about being elusive or manipulative. It's about cultivating an authentic sense of curiosity and excitement. By leaving a little room for discovery, you give your crush the thrill of getting to know you over time. As they peel back each layer, they'll appreciate not just the person you are, but the effort it took to uncover the beautiful mystery of you. Flirting is as much about practice and balance as it is about attitude and technique. At its core, flirting is an attitude shift, deciding to make conversations fun, playful, and dynamic, rather than falling into the trap of boring logical exchanges. But to truly master the art of flirting, it requires practice. Like any skill, the more you engage with it, the more fluid and natural it becomes. However, it's essential to find a balance between flirting and authenticity. Overloading a conversation with teasing, compliments, or excessive cockiness can come off as inauthentic or, worse, creepy. Instead, flirting should enhance the natural flow of a conversation, not dominate it. The key is to sprinkle in playful energy while keeping the conversation grounded in real connection. Start small by using compliments or a subtle tease, then gradually experiment with more advanced techniques as you build confidence. But always remember, it's not about a perfect line or clever wordplay. It's about delivering with the right attitude, the right timing, and most importantly, having fun. Flirting should never feel like a performance. It should feel effortless, as if you're simply enjoying the moment. So embrace the playful side of you, stay present, and let the flirtation evolve organically. It's all part of the journey toward mastering the art of attraction. And that's a wrap on our flirting tips for beginners. Remember, the most important part of flirting is your attitude. Decide to have fun, stay lighthearted, and let the conversation flow naturally. Don't worry about being perfect or having all the right lines. Just focus on being playful, confident, and authentic. With practice, you'll get more comfortable and fluid with your flirting, and it'll start to feel like second nature. So start small, experiment, and keep learning from each interaction. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And as always, share your experiences in the comments. What's worked for you? I'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching, and good luck out there. Flirt with confidence, have fun, and I'll see you in the next video.